Alright, so apologize for the mess. I have 4 boys, and so there are things everywhere. They get left everywhere. So I have the helmets here. These have had their first couple coats of primer. And then they had coats of white enamel. And then that was wet sanded, and then more white enamel we used. In case you didn't see it before, we were using the automotive enamel from Rust-Oleum. Works really well, nice bright colors. And then, so what we did is we painted them, as you probably maybe seen in the videos, and then we sanded them, wet sanded them. These ones have been wet sanded up to about 1200, and then painted again. And then we right now are going to wet sand these again, and then we will go ahead and they're going to probably use 1500 and then 2000, somewhere in there, and then we'll give the final coat of white tonight. After we get done with that, we're going to end up probably either clear coating or just buffing and polishing. I haven't decided yet which is going to be which. Some of the things I've been working on in the meantime is these the greeblies. These were actually more work. You can see right there, there's a lot of imperfections. I need to sand these guys down, wet sand them. This was more work, honestly, than in terms of like pain to do for me than the helmets were. I basically painted these and then had to completely strip down this piece. It kept on spider webbing. No matter what I did, I couldn't figure out why. I cleaned it, and then I would do it, and it would do it again. Finally, I just scraped off all the paint, and then did it one more time just in white, and this time it held. There's a lot more imperfections in this particular piece you can see there that were really hard. If I would have kept on sanding these down, I wouldn't have had anything left. So I kind of had to just decide, okay, this will just have to do. This will end up sitting like this. I'm probably going to end up having to do some sanding, and then priming. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it'll be fine. It's going to be sideways. And then here are all the rest of the greeblies that I was working on. This one's still not quite done. You need some sanding and then work. It's obviously a little rough, that one is. Some of the pieces came out fine. At least first go around. This is just the first coat. I used this as primer because this is what I had left of primer. And then these guys, and I'll show what I'm going to do with those later. I have some basically like a silver paint paste that I can just rub on these, and then I'm going to try that first. If that doesn't work, then I have some chrome paint in here. And then I got my buffing pads finally from Amazon, so I'm going to buff that. That'll be my buffing pads there. Got our pads for the inside of the helmet. Not sure how that's going to work. And then I now have the visor taped up over here. I got to cut. My visor, whatever I could get on island here in Kauai, was it's actually pretty, not very scratch resistant. So I got tired of cutting it and scratching it, so I just taped it all up with painter's tape, and then I'm going to cut it with the painter's tape off and then remove it when I'm done, after I get it all installed. Alright, that's the story, and we'll go on to that next.